Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, who gives Trump or Netanyahu the right to kill the Ayatollah Khamenei of Iran? Is it legal? Does anyone has to give these guys the right? Do they need to have the right, or they just do it? Now, if they do it, I consider them criminals. Now, this is an article from Associated Press, came today on June 17, 2025, where the leader of the civilized, democratic, free world says that I can kill Khamenei, but I don't want to do it now. But you know what? You surrender. Otherwise, I'm going to do it. Sounds like what? Based on what kind of right? The leader of the free world says that. In my book, that's a thug, a criminal, a mafia boss. And I will play for you a video, short clip, about 20 seconds or so, with Vladimir Putin in Denmark, Copenhagen. A long time ago, after the so-called civilized West killed Gaddafi the same way. They were a little bit more nicer. They put a show trial for us for Saddam. But for Gaddafi, they didn't have time. They were in a hurry. Nuremberg trials were too long, so they shortened it for Saddam and they eliminated for Gaddafi. The same with Ayatollah. Now let me show you. And I'm going to show you that video with Putin when Putin asked the so-called civilized West, who gave NATO the right, the so-called civilized West, to kill Gaddafi? Under what kind of international law? My friends, the best weapon for people like you and I is the truth, not the lie. That's why I don't have to lie. I do not have to lie. They lie so much that for me telling the truth is enough. That's why I don't have to give interpretations or anything like that. They give me so much ammunition. Why? Because they lie. And you can see through them. When you see on any confirmation hearings of a baboon, of a future government official, when he's asked a question, and let's say he says, okay, is it why have you been yesterday at Gigi's house? The truth will be no, or the truth would be yes. When you hear him say, the person answering, well, you know, in the 9th of September 1945, it was a big win. He is struggling because he is gonna lie. He is not on the side of the truth. All right, here it is. That's why the truth is the biggest, greatest weapon. You don't have to think about it, just say it. Here it is. The first article. Associated Press, Tuesday, June 17, 2025. Trump, the leader of the free world, says the United States of America knows where Iran's Khamenei is hiding and urges Iran's unconditional surrender. What are you talking? Imagine anybody else, let's say North Korea, would make the same statement towards United States of America. Kim Jong-un says North Korea knows where Donald Trump is hiding and urges United States unconditional surrender. What do you think the United States of America will say and do? For rightfully. Now, here, my friends, I would like you to pay attention if you didn't so far. Since Trump is doing their job, the newspapers are portraying him as a good, powerful leader. The pictures of Trump when Associated Press, BBC, Fox News, CNN, the guys that, used to put pictures of Trump like that, now he's from up, down, like a leader, President Trump, he's all like that. Why? For the baboons. Now they love him. Why? He's doing their master's bidding. Let me show you. Let's read further. Look how this article, coming from Amer Madhani and Chris Megarian, they don't put any pressure saying, what are you talking about? This is the crime. This is assassination. Anyone can do it, or just you? And why just you? Washington. President Donald Trump said Tuesday that the United States of America knows where Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is hiding during the Israel-Iran conflict, but doesn't want to kill him for now. Don't want him killed for now. That's a threat. That's a blackmail. This is the America's diplomacy that I talk about. 4 tools of diplomacy America left in its toolbox of diplomacy since 1991. Threats, blackmail, regime change, and direct attack. Where are we here? The threats were already there, and this guy continued. Blackmail is right there. Regime change, they're tried, and now they are at the last one, direct attack. Remember when Trump says, Biden doesn't know how to negotiate. Obama wants war with Iran. He's going to get us in a war. You know, those tweets are there. You can find them on Facebook. I see them every day posted by good people. With Trump, with the date and the post. Barack Obama will get us in a war. Biden will get us in a war with Iran. And look at him right now. He is their boy. Their boy. Let's go. Here. Trump urged in a social media posting Iran's unconditional surrender. Who are you to demand that? As the 5-day conflict continues to escalate, and Israel probably is losing. That's why he demands that. But the mass media will not tell you that, because you see, you can deduct out of these imbecilic statements that probably Israel is losing, even though the media in America says is winning, if this guy is so desperate to threaten these guys with unconditional surrender. You don't threaten them if you're winning. They're going to come to you on their knees. And I'm quoting, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. Now this is demeaning. This is insulting for a country, for a religious, from a religion, the so-called. Can we call you so-called president then? You were just selected by those guys and given to us, vomited on us with an imbecile that was not even there. Kamala Harris, a lady of the night, as stupid as she is. Well, we had to just confirm. We were asked to not to elect Donald Trump. We were required to confirm their choice, validate their choice by voting through electronic voting machines that, it's computer and all that. This is with democracy in the United States of America. And now the mass media is portraying Donald Trump as a great leader, man. Yeah, why? He's doing what they told him to do. And probably he really wants to do that. Probably both. Here it is. Trump added, he is an easy target, but is safe there. But we are not going to take him out, quote unquote, kill. At least not for now. But we don't wait missiles shot at civilians. We don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is waning thin. Who's talking like this, my friends? What do you mean we don't want missiles shot at civilians? You're talking about civilians? You remember Yugoslavia, you piece of fuck? Do you remember 1999? You killed civilians. You shot at the Belgrade embassy, the Chinese embassy in Belgrade. You killed civilians all the time. What are you talking about? You start 500,000 Iraqi children with your sanctions. Remember? You are talking about civilians? You? Jesus Christ. Or American soldiers. Well, don't get American soldiers in a war for that piece of shit. Don't get them in. Oh, our patience. Who's our? My? I'm not in a hurry. Whose patience exactly? Your patience? Bolton patience? Schumer's patience? Who? Blinken's patient? Netanyahu's? I don't care about any of these people. Those are not my people. Those are their people. Their own. This is your Donald Trump. And now, listen to this is an assessment. Look at the article. Trump's increasingly muscular comments towards the Iranian government. Can you hear that? Increasingly muscular comments, not criminal comments. muscular comments towards the Iranian government. Right there. The Israeli had informed the Trump administration that they had developed a credible plan to kill Khamenei. They talk about it like that. Who are these people? They're not like us. But White House officials informed the Israelis that Trump opposed such a move. Why? He wants to be the main criminal? Are they going to do... And I'm not for imbeciles, just so you know. For smart people, I don't have to say this. For imbeciles, I'm saying this. I'm not equating Khamenei with Jesus Christ. Got that, imbeciles? Whomever. And I'm not equating Donald Trump with Pontius Pilate. But I'm equating the guys over there with the Israelis. Remember who crucified Jesus Christ? They crucified Jesus Christ with the Roman hands. They will take out Khamenei with our hands again. All right, I'm done with these criminals. Let's go to Putin. Now, with Putin gained credibility for me because he was logical and he was just telling the truth, in this case at least. All right, I personally did not catch Putin lying. Maybe you caught him. I never caught him lying. Here it is. Putin, remember when the West killed Gaddafi? Let me play this for you.
Said destroying Gaddafi was not their goal. Then why bomb his palaces? Now some officials have claimed that eliminating him was in fact their goal. Who gave them that right? Did he have a fair trial? Returning to the no-fly zone, the bombings are destroying the country's entire infrastructure. When the so-called civilized world uses all its military power against a small country destroying what's been created by generations, I don't know if that's good.
So, what do you think, my friends? What do you think? Who gives Trump the right to kill Khamenei? Who? Who gives Netanyahu to do that? That's a crime. Because if they're entitled, because they assign guilt to that guy, other people can assign guilt to the United States of America just like this. And each and every so-called US president could be tried for war crimes. Each and every. From going back to where? You want to go to... We're going to, if you want, even to JFK. Can I go to Eisenhower? Oh, I'm going, let's start, no, wait. Let's start with my friend Truman, Harry Truman, dropping 2 atomic bombs. That's a war crime. That's a genocide because he said, I'm going to do it next, until I'm going to go from Hiroshima to Nagasaki, from Nagasaki to Yokohama, from Yokohama to Tokyo, from Tokyo to Sapporo, from Sapporo to blah, blah, blah. That's genocide, exterminating a nation until the nation surrenders unconditionally. That means I do whatever I want with you. Why? Because you attacked us. We didn't know you attacked us, but you attacked us, really. So, okay, let's go back. So, one is that one. I can remember Eisenhower being, but Eisenhower, wasn't he... No, Eisenhower. Then we have what? We have JFK. Obviously, we have Vietnam War. If you want, you can use the Korean War as well. We had, again, trainers. They had trainers and advisors, military advisors in Korea. They were not. They were actively fighting, just so you know. And in Vietnam, the same. We're not involved. Then you get to what? To Nixon. Remember, Nixon was also a war criminal. Why? Because he attacked Cambodia and Laos while they were fighting Vietnam on a lie. So whomever came with the lie, I think it was McNamara. Was it McNamara who came with the lie? The admiral saying that in the Gulf of Tonkin, we were attacked by Vietnam. Was a lie. 55,000 Americans died in that war and destruction of at least 3 countries. Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Plus, I can't remember how many millions of Vietnamese died. And so Vietnamese died. That's a war crime right there, on a lie. The same thing as Saddam Hussein. Then we go with what next? We go to what? Carter? No, we go to that was another criminal. Lyndon Johnson definitely was one. Remember the USS Liberty? He recalled the airplanes going to save our USS Liberty being attacked by our ally. They were playing as Egyptians. Remember that one? Okay, if you don't, just look into that. Then we go after that to what? We go to the guy with the one. He was not a war criminal. He just died last year or this year. What's his name? Jimmy Carter. Then we have Reagan. Then we have George Bush the first, Walker Bush, criminal. Then we go Bill Clinton, definitely a criminal. Why? Yugoslavia, 1999. Then you have George W. Bush, definitely criminal. Then you have Obama, definitely a criminal. Remember Libya, definitely. Then you got what? Then you got after Obama, you got Trump, not a criminal, first term. Second, you got the guy with Ukraine, Biden, criminal. And now you got Trump. He's getting there. And I think he's going to committing a bigger crime than all these guys together. But anyway, that's the way it is, my friends. Remember, the truth is the biggest weapon. I don't have to lie. Never lie, my friends. Because when you lie, you don't remember what lie you told and to whom. And then they will catch you. All right? Where have you been last night? I've been to Gigi. And I've been to Gigi and you're going to forget. And in 2 weeks, she is going to ask you, where have you been that night? I was to Michael. Where was the fuck? What the lie did I say? You lied. This is the easiest way to catch you with a lie. Let's go back to our ship right here. So who gives these guys the right? Who? These guys will do whatever they want, man. And they will be hailed as great. None of the people I mentioned is hailed in America as a war criminal. None of them. None. Zero. Why? So we call ourselves the freest country in the world when you don't have the reality written as reality? I'm not saying we should take a shit on our history or in their history, but I think things should be called as they are. Remember, they call it collateral damage when they struck those weddings in Afghanistan, when they struck those Chinese staffers in Belgrade. They call it collateral damage. Now, if you're okay with that, I hope such a collateral damage happens to you. And I'm guaranteeing you, your relatives that people will call collateral damage, you will say, what? That's my family, man. Well, no, it's just collateral damage. Put yourself in the other guy's shoes. Oh, you're a Christian, I'm guaranteeing you. Well, not guaranteeing, I'm guessing. If you're not, I don't think you're okay with the crimes, are you? These guys, man, I'm very, very irritated, to say the least, about this situation. And I just, don't get me wrong, I have no problem with war. No, I am for smacking, definitely smacking. But at least say it. These guys are the pinnacle of piece of shit. They are assholes, but they want to be recognized as the greatest, the most fantastic people. This is what bothers me. Well, at least if you're an asshole and you say, I am an asshole, okay, man, he's an honest asshole. But these guys are, no, if you don't call me fantastic, I will smack you too, and smack you too, and smack you too. I mean, in an ideal world, everybody would be friends and all that. But that's unicorn. That's kindergarten level. That's, science fiction. That's religious stuff. Believing. Kumbaya. That's different. That's not reality. There's never going to be a reality. That will never be reality unless you believe. I don't believe. I know. Right? I don't believe. I know, and I'm based on information and knowledge and evidence. If I don't have it, I don't know. I don't immediately, if it's not this, it must be this. No, it must not be anything. We wait. You don't know at this point. People feel very uncomfortable saying that. They need an answer. They're uncomfortable with unknown. All right, my friends, here it is, our greatest leader, huh? Can we do anything about it? No, we can't. This is democracy for you. That's why I do not like mass democracy, or this kind of perverted democracy. It's not democracy, it's a perverted democracy. You vote for an individual that promises this, says this, and all that. When he gets in power, he supposedly, gets the authority, right, by the system. And now he does whatever he wants. And we cannot stop him. We cannot stop him. Nobody can stop. Who can stop Trump? Because the people around him, some of them are for it. The people who put him over there, help him succeed the elections are going to make articles like this. Muscular, what was the expression? Muscular stance or whatever it was. The increasingly muscular comments. So Trump now is the muscular. He's not a fascist anymore. He's not a crazy guy. He's muscular, man. He's a leader. Why? I told you. When Trump got elected, I made a video and I made a prediction. He's going to go full force in Iran. I knew since then who promoted him. And you know why? Because he was allowed to run and win. The key word is allowed. Otherwise, if he would have said no to what he's doing right now, he would be in jail right now. Unelected and in jail. And his family probably investigated by IRS. That's what it would be. And they would probably arrest the other Trumps. I guarantee you, like Al Capone. They would find a tax evasion somewhere, like they found Stormy Shadow. Jesus Christ, with that one? They let him off the hook, and he's doing this. That's what I think. It's many other things, not only this thing. So yes, this is... my point is, can we do something? We can't. He's going to do everything legal. The president has the authority for 60 days to wage war, if I remember correctly, to whomever he wants, a limited war. That means no nuclear weapons, that limited war. Let's put it this way. 60 days. In 60 days, you fuck up whatever you want, man. We're not going to kill him for now. We're going to give him life for now. Donald Trump decides that he's going to allow the religious leader that I don't care for. I don't care for him, for that guys, but he's a human being and it's not right what's going on. In my books, if Trump takes out Khamenei, he's a criminal. In my books. As I think he was in other instances. I would mention, now that I remember, killing that general in Iraq that we declared he's a terrorist, whatever he was. He was not a terrorist. He was from the Iranian whatever guard. And they said he's a bad guy. They took him out. What if the Iran decrees tomorrow and says Trump is a criminal? Can they take him out when he visits Germany? Let's say. According to our logic, yes. But we're going to say, no, we're good. No, don't designate Trump as a terrorist or a bad guy. No, you can't. But the Iranians say the same thing, but you don't ignore it. So that means the Iranians can do the same. None of these guys is clean. Get me that way. But some people are really, really mass murderers. I remember Stalin when he said, I think, allegedly, he said that you kill one person, you're a criminal, you kill 1 million, it's a matter of statistics. I guarantee you, this is my prediction. If Trump will kill the Ayatollah, the newspapers in the United States of America will be ecstatic and he will get a Nobel Prize or something. He will be, the mass media owned by the same promoters will be ecstatic. He's going to be invited. There will be some people who are going to say like Putin, what is going on here? But people will say Putin is discredited. He's a bad guy. Why? Well, we say because he invaded Ukraine unprovoked and because we say so. Well, what they say doesn't matter. This is the country we live in. I remember when the United States of America attacked Yugoslavia. The same attitude. I remember when the United States of America attacked Iraq. The same thing. And they got away with. So they will do it again. And they will do it again. And they will do it again. Now, obviously, I live in the United States of America, but this is not right. This is not right. It's not right. It's a crime. By my books, that's what I think. That's where I categorize this. It is a crime. Why? Because if you can do this, anyone can do that to you. And if you say no, you're a, how should I put it? If it's a crime already, it's a dishonest thing. But anyway, enough. It's just horrible. Horrible to know, to see who is he working for, what he's going to do, how these guys are going to portray his actions, muscular comments, and not being able to do anything. And if they want, he's going to win the second, again. If he runs, he's going to win again. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.